I hope you have your wine ready because we're going to be breaking down everything we know about the Vanderpump Rules reunion, all the inside scoop that is leaked thus far, and who I've actually talked to. So I hope you're ready. Get your wine and let's get it,
Oh,
baby.
hi, it's me, Zack Peter, pop culture junkie, reality TV insider, published author, and host of the No Filter with Zack Peter podcast. Here I'll bring you all the latest news on the Real Housewives, deep dives into celebrity legal scandals, and unfiltered combos with your favorite stars. I've got you covered. And yes, I always keep receipts. So be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for all the latest tea. Now, let's dive in.
Welcome on in, guys. I hope you are ready because it is officially like the Bravo Super Bowl. Well, sort of. It's the recording of the Bravo Super Bowl because we know the Vanderpump Rules reunion is filming today. Apparently, they also filmed yesterday, but they're also filming today. But we're not actually going to see it until May. Everyone's like, when is it going to air? When is it going to air? When is it going to air? It won't be airing until May. They have about 15, I think it's 14 or 15 episodes total for this season. That includes the 7 that have already aired and the new additional episode that they filmed about Scandival. So we have a little bit of time. We'd have like at least 6 or 7 more episodes that we have to get through, which will bang us out through April before we get to the finale. And then we get into all of the reunion scoop. So we have a minute. Hi, guys. Drop your first name and where you're watching in from so I can give you a little shout out before we dive in. We have a lot to break down. If you're listening to some podcast, you are catching a rebroadcast from our Thursday Night Live. We're live on Instagram right now. We're live on the YouTube. Oh, we have Arizona in the house. So cringe with Vanderpump Rules. Why is it so cringe? It's so like exciting. I'm like living for the tea. Morning from Queensland. Hello, Trine Marie from Queensland. Lucy from Tampa. What's going on? We have Diamond Paw from Russia. It's Deb from Phoenix, Arizona. Jennifer from Mississippi. St. Pete Beach in the house. Georgia. Thank you, Amy Molina, for the badges. Ooh, we have Charmin from Charlotte, Michael from Toledo, Ohio. We have Katie from Holland, Jess from Brisbane, Australia, Katrina from Canada, Sarah Cruz in the house, Carrie from Washington, Evelyn from Santa Monica. Woo, woo. We got Texas in the house, Atlanta in the house. Oh, Valley Village in the house. Sarah from Houston, New Hampshire, South Beach, Joanne from Buffalo, Sherry from Arizona, Lisa from Louisiana, Erica in Japan. Wow, we are international. We are an international lifestyle brand. Okay, that's enough shout outs. Also, I did want to mention, or sorry, I didn't mean that's enough shout outs. I mean, like, let's get to the tea. I didn't want to be like, a cunty bitch. But really quickly, I'm going to be doing some Vanderpump Rules recap. So Bravo released a list of all the episodes we need to watch for the scandal of it all. So from seasons 2 and 3 and 5 and 6 and all the Miami Girl stuff and the Raquel and James proposal episode. So what I'm going to be doing for members only on YouTube, if you're a Zack Pack member, you can join. The link is in the description below. But if you are a member on YouTube, I have some of my friends, Jess Rothschilds from the Hot Takes and Deep Dives podcast, Tom Hamlet from the Dumpster Dive podcast, Jeff Epstein from the Manic podcast, some of my old AfterBuzz TV co-hosts that used to recap Vanderpump Rules with me back in the day, way back. They're going to be joining me every Sunday for members only, and we're going to be recapping old episodes of Vanderpump Rules. We're not going to be going in full chronological order, but the episodes that Bravo said we need to watch, we're going to recap them every Sunday. Lots of special guests. Join the Zack Pack. Links in the description below. Okay, let's dive in. So before we get into the reunion, I do want to talk about Raquel's TMZ interview because that was like the most ridiculously staged thing ever. She was caught outside of a nail salon by a paparazzi, and the paparazzi is like, oh my God, it's Raquel, how are you doing? Are you okay? What's going, like, how are you? And she's like, oh my God, I'm okay, but like Scheana beat me. Now, this is just a rumor that I heard that a little birdie actually came to me and delivered in my little ear, but I am hearing that Raquel did get paid for that video footage. Someone gave her a little kickback in exchange, and they're like, this is where to go. This is where we meet. This is the time. Here are some of the things that we're going to ask. Whether she set it up or they made the offer, TBD. but I do hear that there was an exchange of some money. Sarah Bahu, congrats on 30,000. Yes, we reached 30,000 on YouTube. Thank you guys for the love and support. I believe we're like just under 50,000 on Instagram, which is incredible. So thank you guys for all the love and support. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. That homeless look. Yeah, she did look a little too homely, a little too homeless. Homeless and toothless is what she looked like because Scheana punched her or whatever. Allegedly, that's what she's claiming. So the video footage, though, came from Backgrid, and Backgrid has been known to work out some paparazzi deals like Spencer and Heidi back in the day. Remember when they would do like stage paparazzi pictures? Tori and Dean used to do stage paparazzi pictures, allegedly. But so these paparazzi deals are, tale as old as time, right? So I do have a source that did tell me that Raquel made a pretty paycheck off of this candid paparazzi deal. So we have heard that like these deals happen. Backgrid has been rumored to make these deals with celebrities. Usually they're photo deals, and it's usually to keep celebrities topical, top of mind. They're like, I'm going to be here. And then they get an exclusive photo of them. They get a video of them. Then it ends up on like TMZ somewhere, and it keeps them relevant, right? Sometimes it's to push a narrative. Sometimes it's to sell a product. Like I went into it with the Schwartz airport interview. I also talked about it with Lala's interview outside of the Pretty Little Things store in West Hollywood and how she was trying to promote that deal. Schwartz was clearly trying to clear his name of the Scandival stuff. So it's interesting because I also heard that this Backgrid paparazzi dude also was the same dude that caught Schwartz at the airport and was the one that caught Schwartz in like a shopping mall right after Katie had filed for divorce, and he did that interview. So it's a little coinkydink, a little bit of a major coincidence. But I don't know if Schwartz got paid or if, that was just like a PR stunt, but I am hearing that Raquel did make a little coin from this interview. And like, honestly, that's the only reason to do an interview like this, right? Especially ahead of the reunion, which was so stupid. You idiots. She said that she apologized to Ariana and that Ariana wasn't very receptive to her, which automatically is showing I'm taking accountability and Ariana's not being receptive to this. And Bambi eyes. She also says that she doesn't know where she stands with Sandoval just yet. They don't know, what the relationship between them actually is. So for me, I'm kind of just like, now you're trying to see what the audience says. That way, should I lean into this affair or should I not lean into this affair? Like taking the temperature of the room, right? Ooh, Linda says she's getting Liddy City. Shout out to Linda. Linda Watson, get it, girl. So Schwartz, she says, did not know about the affair. She said that this was not a ruse, that her affair with Sandy Balls was very genuine, and that she also genuinely had interest in Schwartz as well. So here we're trying to clear up Schwartz's name, also craft in the narrative. She said that her and Sandy Balls were initially friends, and then this kind of just like, no, they didn't see it coming. It blossomed out of nowhere. Her saying that she genuinely had interest in Schwartz, and that, like, I think she's lying straight through her teeth. Nobody believes that she was just sitting there outside of some random nail salon in some random lonely chair on a sidewalk by herself, and then suddenly decided, oh yeah, let me talk to this random paparazzi dude and spill my soul. Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. She also said that Scheana gave her a permanent scar on her eyebrow, which one, you can't even see in the video, and the videographer even zooms in. And two, like, how do you even have a permanent scar after only 2 weeks? I don't know, put some vitamin D on it. Go to laser away. Do something. Like, you can't even see the fucking scar. Stupid. Stupid, right? Stupid. And people are like, stop calling Raquel dumb and stop calling Raquel stupid. You're a misogynist. First of all, eat my asshole. Second of all, the reason Raquel gets heat is because Raquel does stupid shit like this, everybody. Everyone's like, why doesn't Sandoval get this much heat? Because Sandoval's not selling interviews to TMZ. Sandoval is not making a new statement that's being exclusively released to E! News every week. Sandoval's not selling his apologies to the press. Sandoval didn't lie to his best friend. Sandoval's wrong. Sandoval's gross. Like, nobody's trying to defend Sandoval. He's like but he's not dumb, and he's not like, he probably is getting off on this because I do believe he's really driven by his ego, but like, he's manipulative, right? He's a philanderer, right? I wouldn't say he's dumb. I think he's very smart, and he likes Raquel because she's dumb because he likes to manipulate her. I think what Jax Taylor said on Watch What Happens Live was true. Side note, I miss Jax on my television screen, and I actually enjoyed watching him on Watch What Happens Live, and I would love to see him back on Vanderpump Rules selfishly, but I also think if he and Brittany returned to reality television, especially Vanderpump Rules, it would ruin their relationship. But I do miss Jax Taylor, and he gave a great interview, and him and Brittany, love it. Would love to book them on the podcast. I'm working on it. But I think Raquel's loving the attention that she's getting. She's into it, right? She had the little smirk on her face, but like, let's be very clear. The reason Raquel is getting heat is because she does dumb shit. Sandoval, as gross as he is, everything that he's doing is at least for the show. But like, we don't see him selling interviews to TMZ. We don't see him going off and giving his exclusive statements to the press. We don't see him doing any of this bullshit. Okay. I'm actually seeing people write Team Raquel out there. What the hell? I guess it takes all kinds of people to make the world go round. I mean, listen, some people are Team Raquel, and you can be Team Raquel if you're looking at it from the lens of like, this is a reality show. I don't care if you're Team Raquel. I don't care if you're Team Ariana. I really don't give a shit. I personally don't like Raquel, and I've never liked Raquel. Okay. I've never liked her. So my disdain for her, like, if anything, this just further validates that. I don't have any sympathy for her because it's like, if you don't want the heat, then stop putting yourself on the line of fire. Like, that's when people are like, everyone's bullying her and they're being so mean. If they're bullying her, then don't fucking go and sell an interview to TMZ. It's that simple, guys. It's really pretty simple. Which, by the way, I hear Vanderpump Rules producers were pissed. They were pissed about that interview. They were livid because this was all supposed to be an exclusive for Vanderpump Rules, and that's why, you know, they are banning cell phones from the set. I think Andy Cohen's the only one that's allowed to have his cell phone, but she's trying to be like, oh, well, it was the paparazzi and they just randomly found me. And she's like playing dumb Bambi about it. And I'm just like, listen, no way, Jose. I'm not buying it. Nobody else is buying it. But listen, Raquel's getting her little paycheck. You can't be that mad at her because at least she's milking this, right? If you're going to tear up your friendships and blow up everybody's world, at least make a little coin out of it. Like, you can't be mad. Like, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? Ariana seems to be doing well, though. She just booked a Lifetime movie. Her role is opposite Megan Good. So, good for her, bad for Raquel. But listen, Ariana's going to be fine. Raquel's going to be fine. But nobody's believing this TMZ interview was pre-planned. Okay, now let's get into the reunion of it all. So, yes, Scheana and Raquel are both there. They are both in person. Make dumb Bambi merch. I don't know about that. That's a little much. But yeah, Scheana and Raquel are there. They both are in person. Raquel confirmed that to E! News. Here we go again. She converted to E! News, and then she posted it on her Instagram story. But instead of like typing it out on her Instagram story, she typed it out in her notes app on her iPhone and then took a screenshot of the notes app and then posted the screenshot of the notes app on her Instagram story. Like, so when I say she's dumb, then sorry, I don't want to shit on her too much because I know people get mad, but like, I don't really care. It was dumb, but I think it's funny because like, you can literally type it out on Instagram. You don't need to post a screenshot of the notes app, but you do you, girl. You have a college degree and you're not dumb, so you do you. So they are both there, but they're being separated in separate trailers. They cannot be within 100 yards of each other. But so we kick things off with the glam. It looks like they did all of the glam prior to arriving on set because both Scheana and Lala posted on their Instagram stories that they were getting ready at home, getting their hair and makeup done. So I'm thinking maybe producers are trying to limit the number of people that they have on set and kept everybody at home to do their glam. That way they're not bringing in all their hairstylists and makeup artists and all these other side chicks, right? Because I feel like they're trying to limit the number of people that are there so that they can try to limit the number of leaks that get out. Because usually it's the makeup artists and the hairstylists. They're the ones that are, or the friends of that are actually texting and leaking this stuff. TMZ posted photos of Ariana and Tom Sandoval and Schwartz and Scheana all arriving. So it looks like Scheana was definitely there before Raquel. There weren't, from what I've seen so far, at 5 p.m. on Thursday night, 5 p.m. Pacific, it doesn't appear that there are any like paparazzi photos of Raquel. So either they brought her in a much later or she really was able to fly under the radar. But everybody else seems to have gotten photographed. Katie didn't either, but Andy posted an Instagram story with Lala and Katie. But like I said, they have to keep Scheana and Raquel 100 yards apart. They are going to be staying in their separate trailers. They're going to be able to watch the live feed from their trailer. Yeah, I was going to say starting at 9:45 a.m. call time was super late. Housewives are always there around 7 a.m. Yeah, they're there around TMZ just released Tom and Ratchet talking outside. Oh, so TMZ just released photos of Tom and Raquel. Interesting. They've also had photos of like Tom smoking outside. He's wearing like a black blazer. I was really underwhelmed by his whole outfit. But yeah, usually they have housewives there like super early, right? Like 5, 6 a.m. so that they can start doing glam. So but that by the time they're actually on set, they're like glammed and set and ready to go. I'm interested in how touch-ups are gonna go if they allow them to at least bring one person to like do a little makeup touch-up or a little hair touch-up because they're there all day. And I imagine this is gonna go well into the evening. Um, but so Bravo did hire extra security, reminded everybody that safety is a priority. Nobody should put their hands on anybody else, blah, 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 blah. Ariana came in wearing a 1-800 Boys Lie hoodie, which I thought was hilarious. And at this point, like, I think they're all living for this. I think they're all loving the added fame that's coming with this. Like, if there's any silver lining to the heartbreak and the betrayal, at least they get good ratings. They're probably going to get some bonuses from the network, and the fame that they're getting is just going to be astronomical and through the roof. And listen, good for them. Milk this shit, milk the scandal. Like, we have to love and appreciate the scandal. Okay. Oh, wow. So TMZ just released photos. This is happening in real time outside of the Vanderpump Rules reunion. Tom Sandoval and Raquel are there. They're talking. This looks totally staged. These aren't even like iPhone cameras or shots from afar. Like, these are literally clear on shots of them just like having a little chat, right? I kind of want to see this video that they have here, though. I'm trying to play. Oh, I should have had my iPad. Listen, I didn't expect TMZ to release these photos. But anyway, Tom Sandoval, he's smoking. He's talking to, she's wearing an all black dress. If this is her reunion look, first of all, she looks like she's going to a funeral. And second of all, this is fucking pathetic. It's like an all black dress. Her hair is very simple. Like, maybe she was oh, no, no, no. This is not her reunion look, I don't think. It looks like she's wearing sweats. Yeah. She's wearing sweats. So this must be before she's getting ready. So they must have Scheana on set right now doing her segments, and then they're going to bring Raquel in afterwards. Interesting. Interesting. TMZ says Tom and Raquel serious heart to heart outside of Vanderpump Rules reunion. I love the mess of it all, right? It does look like they're having some sort of deep convo. I don't know what they're talking about. Tom has a beer in his hand and a cigarette in the other. And then Raquel has like a water. Again, these photos also feel a little staged, but it's possible that they're not staged and they are organic, considering paparazzi really is all over this. I signed up just to watch that reunion. Money well spent, right? That's what I'm talking about. But like, I think this is one of the best things to happen to Ariana's career, to be honest. Like, better than Lisa Hochstein and Lenny and their affair scandal, because like, or any of the other Bravo scandals, because like the attention that, like, how many of the Bravo stars that went through a major cheating scandal immediately landed a Lifetime movie deal? Like, Tom was yelling at production. I'm sure he was. I'm sure he's not happy about this. If Raquel lied about Scheana, could Scheana sue her for defamation? It's I mean, yes, if they're able to prove that, which I'm sure with the restraining order stuff, they are going to be able to prove that, because Sheena's attorney came out this week too, and he's like, we're going to prove it. We have witnesses, we have evidence. Like, we're going to be able to prove that she's lying. And first of all, the photos of the darkness under her eye, that already is really incriminating, considering she says in the actual TRO report that the bruising in her eye, the black eye, was caused by Scheana punching her. So if they can't prove that Scheana like, I don't know, it's messy. It's possible, yes, that Scheana can sue for defamation because in order for a celebrity to sue for defamation, it's very, very hard. But in order, or not a celebrity, but just a notable person, a public figure to sue for defamation, they have to be able to prove that the information that was put out there was wrong and it was knowingly wrong. And so in this case, because it's Raquel's firsthand account that she's publicly stating and she knows that it's false, then Scheana does have some legs to stand on. I don't know if she's actually going to do that. I don't know if Scheana is actually going to pursue that. Uh-oh, it looks like we have a new TMZ photo. A new TMZ photo of Tom Sandoval screaming at a producer. So this does not look like it's going very well for Sandoval. The Scandoval of it all. Ain't that cute? Ain't that um It looks like this is a very wild, Tom and Mad in the TMZ video. TMZ just released footage. Yes, I'm trying to watch the footage right now, but it's for some reason not. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can see what we have here. Okay, Tom and Raquel spotted filming the Vanderpump Rules reunion. Oh, it's Backgrid. God, this was by Backgrid. How much you want to bet this is one of the same people that did the Raquel interview and that did the Tom Schwartz interview? This is wild. It's literally Backgrid. They just posted on their Instagram account, which tells me that maybe somebody would text them and been like, Raquel and Sandoval are about to be right outside. It looks like the producers are talking to Sandoval. He's not, he looks frustrated about something. I don't know if I would say he's yelling at them, but there is a producer there. It doesn't look like they're filming this. I don't see any camera crews around them. It just looks, I feel like one of the women is holding like a camera boom. Okay, people are saying he was yelling at that. I mean, he looks a little agitated and a little frustrated, but I wouldn't say he's like screaming at them. And it's really just the two of them sitting outside what I assume is Raquel's trailer, since we know Raquel and Scheana had to be in their own trailers. I'm assuming everybody else probably has like a dressing room inside on the studio. But obviously Raquel and Scheana are not allowed to be on the same studio, which is also just really stupid. There is no sound because the video is shot from afar. So no, there isn't really any sound. Like the video is shot from like way outside of the lot. Can you show it? It's really not. I mean, I can't show it because I wouldn't be able to stream it on YouTube and on Instagram. It's on YouTube, but I'm basically just so much exaggeration. Yeah, I will tell you, it's exaggerated from what everyone's claiming that he's yelling at a producer. They're literally standing outside of a trailer, and Tom and Raquel are talking. They seem to have looks like they're having some sort of like deep conversation about something, and then a producer comes out and he's kind of talking to Tom, and Tom like seems a little agitated is how I would describe it. Not that juicy, to be honest with you. But the fact that they're even together and the fact that somebody told Backgrid, hey, they're going to be back here. And the other thing, too, is it's like, paparazzi are there. People are going to try to be catching photos and videos from afar. So why wouldn't you go and have this conversation inside a trailer or somewhere more discreet? I feel like this is also a little staged. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the seating chart at the reunion because that also was revealed by Bravo today. So Andy Cohen in the center, per usual. Then we have Ariana, who's sitting right next to Andy on his right-hand side. And next to Ariana is Katie, James, and then at the end is Lala. So we have Andy, Ariana, Katie, James, Lala. And then on the opposite side to Andy's left is Lisa Vanderpump, Tom Sandoval, Tom Schwartz, and then they have Scheana at the end. Exactly. It's staged for sure. Thank you, Holly in the Valley, for the 3 badges, my love. She set it all up. I think they're all loving this, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if all of the cast is trying to set stuff up right now to monetize off of this. Because listen, when the iron's hot, you got to strike, right? I didn't launch Team Ariana merch in the middle of all of this scandal because, listen, everybody's got skin in the game and we all are living for the drama. But so seating chart. I'm not surprised that Ariana's sitting next to Andy. I was texting with my friend Jess, who hosts the Hot Takes and Deep Dives podcast, and she's like, "Why is Ariana sitting next to Andy?" She's like, "It should have been Tom Sandoval sitting next to Andy because he's like the big one at the main core of all of this." Technically, Lisa Vanderpump always has to sit next to Andy Cohen, so the fact that Tom is sitting next to Lisa is basically the equivalent of Tom and Ariana being on both sides of Andy, because technically Lisa's like the second anchor aside, the second host-ish aside from Andy. So technically Tom is sort of on the opposite side. I think Ariana is seated next to Andy because like she's the one the audience is really rooting for right now. So they want to see her sit next to Andy. They want to see her have that prize seat. I'm surprised Lala and Scheana are sitting all the way at the end. Like I think James would make more sense at the end, and maybe Schwartzy would make more sense at the end. I mean, I guess Scheana does kind of make sense at the end because like the Toms are in the heart, but I don't know. I always am confused by seating charts, but I guess not that surprised. I cringed seeing Rachel next to Tom. Yes. Okay. So they have Tom on Lisa's side. They have Tom, and then Scheana. And then when they have Scheana out and they swap her out for Raquel, so when Raquel comes on set, they have Raquel. They have Rocky Rocky Bang Bang right in between Sandy Balls and Schwartzy. Literally right in between both Toms, which is her sweet spot, right? She's used to a Tom Tom sandwich or two. So I think that that's shady and hilarious, and I'm kind of living for it. Apparently that was one request that Ariana made that went ignored. According to one of her friends, Ariana requested that they not seat Sandoval and Raquel together. But like, come on, production was never going to abide by that. It's a reality show. And at the end of the day, they don't have much ground to stand on for the most part. But so they have her sitting right between the two of them, a Tom Tom sandwich, like a real sloppy Joe, a real sloppy Tom, a Tom Tom sloppy second sandwich. But yeah, also according to TMZ, Tom, Ariana, and Raquel each got their own one-on-one with Andy Cohen on Wednesday. So that was yesterday. So they got their one-on-ones. Andy talked to Tom, Andy talked to Ariana, Andy talked to Raquel. They all kind of got their sides of the story out, and now everybody's here to kind of hash it all out. Spencer Pratt blasted Rachel for the fake TMZ interview on Instagram. Yeah, as he should. If anybody knows how to do that, it's Spencer Pratt. And that was like one of the references that I made was like Spencer and Heidi used to pull stunts like this all the time. Not surprising. Apparently Andy doesn't want any interruptions from everyone. That's why he scheduled these individual interviews. So I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty different, but like pretty dynamic reunion because we're going to have so many different segments. We're going to have a Raquel segment, and we're going to have a Scheana segment, and then we're going to have the one-on-one sit down. So I would imagine maybe we open the reunion with the one-on-ones, right? Tom, what's your side of the story? Ariana, what's your side of the story? Raquel, what's your side of the story? And kind of like a teaser, we're maybe going to touch on that very lightly. And then we're going to get into everybody with Scheana, right? We're going to start it off with Scheana and all of the cast. And then we're going to get into some of the other drama that happened throughout the season. Then coming into part two, we're going to, halfway through part two is where I assume we're going to exit with Scheana and then bring Raquel in. And then that's where we're going to get Raquel versus the rest of the cast. I think that showdown is probably not going to happen. The Raquel versus like Raquel and Lala and Raquel and all these people, that stuff isn't going to happen until I think the end of part two into part three. I don't think they're going to spread this out over 4 parts. They might just to milk it, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to really milk the shit out of it. But Andy's been posting snippets on Instagram. He's the only one that's allowed to have his phone on set because they don't want any leaks, and they believe somebody on the cast may be leaking some of the details. Listen, all the cast members leak shit. Let's be clear about that. Apparently, Ariana's wearing a revenge dress. She thinks it's going to light Tom on fire when he sees it. They're obviously now well into filming at this point, but when that Instagram story was posted, according to Demois, Sandoval is very much sticking to his guns, defending the affair, saying that his lack of sex with Ariana really pushed him to do this. The relationship wasn't in a great place, so he had to step out to fulfill his needs elsewhere. Gross, right? Like, just like gross. Go eat Raquel's sandwich elsewhere. Like, we don't need those details. Like, take accountability, but it doesn't seem like he's taking much accountability. I'm sure he is like, yeah, I'm sorry, but like it only happened because our relationship wasn't in a great place. I believe they do have moments. Who's asking? Brian. They do have moments where they're allowed to check their phones, but it's monitored and it's sparse. Ariana's so pretty, she'll find someone so much better. She'll find someone so much better, someone that she actually deserves. Thank you, Brittany, for the super stickers. Holla. Thank you, Brittany. This is such a Bravo glow up. I agree. Schwartz is looking like a snack in the clips from Andy. Schwartzy is a snack because he's like a cutie, you know? He's a cutie patootie. I'm a fan. I'm here for, well, like, of him being a cutie patootie. I'm not a fan of his behavior lately because I think Jax is right and I think Schwartz knew and I think he was helping to cover it up. So the reunion, like I said, is set to air this May. I believe the season is about 14 or 15 episodes. So we're already, what, 7 episodes deep at this point? 7 episodes deep, which means we probably have about another 6 or 7 episodes to go. And then we have the reunion. So the reunion will kick off this May. Ariana is going to be in a movie with Megan Good. Yes, she is. Just revealed that a little earlier in the live. Tom should have broken up with Ariana if listen, if he wasn't happy with just having sex 4 times a month, I mean, maybe talk about having an open relationship. And if she's not down for that, then be like, listen, I can't do this anymore. It's no excuse to have an 8-month affair. He's wrong. He was in a relationship, yes. But also, let's be clear, Raquel was also in a relationship. She was in a friendship with Ariana and was lying to her face and deceiving her. So that's why I'm like, they're both wrong. People can't just be like, oh, well, what about Tom? And Tom. It's like, yeah, Tom's gross and Tom was wrong. But again, Tom's not selling these interviews to TMZ, and Tom's not, I mean, he's trying to defend his actions, which is just awful. Did you see the Tom and Raquel video that just came out? Yes, we just reviewed it. It's interesting. I mean, isn't that interesting? Let me see if I can I can show these videos to you, or sorry, the photos to you guys on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, I'm gonna try to post these. That way you can actually see them and make your own judgment. I'll post them in the live stream on YouTube right now. Give me one sec. To me, it's just interesting that they're like even still doing this. Oh, Felicia. Hey, Felicia with the super sticker. Get it, girl. Look at Felicia's like, get it, get it, get it. Ew. Ew. Throw them hips, girl. Bum, 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 bum. Hold on. One moment, please. Anybody drinking with me tonight? I feel like I've had to stay fully lubricated with alcohol all day long. It has been wild. What a day, what a day, what a mighty good day. A mighty, mighty good day. Okay. Let me post this photo on the live streams. That way you guys can make your own determination whether this is spicy or juicy or totally staged. Because I'm feeling like this is definitely 1000% staged. Or at least we were aware that the homie from Backgrid was going to be there, right? We had to have. So, as you can see in the photo, sorry, I can't put it on Instagram, but if it's, we're drinking wine with me. Thanks, D. D Haro. You can see the photo, like they're literally just, but here's the other, well, they've also, well, I guess TMZ would have done that, would have blurred the license plate. So that's them. They're having a chat. The thing with the producer to me wasn't that scandalous, if I'm being honest. The wine is in a coffee cup. Send help. I love it. Apparently, they spent Valentine's Day together amongst other bunches of holidays. Yeah, they spent a lot of time together. They were just like doing this in front of everybody's face. It's insane. I was day drinking and went to the Golden Girls restaurant in NYC. Oh my God, Alicia, I went to the Golden Girls restaurant when it was here in LA. Gobble me, swallow me, drip down the side of me, quick jump out for your leg to get inside of me. Tell him where to put it, never tell him where I'm about to be. Bite your lip. Talk your shit. Bite your lip. Ask for a car while you ride that dick. You really ain't never got a fucking phone thing. He already made his mind up before he came. Hey. But I am curious. Are you guys excited for this reunion? Are you sad that we have to wait until May? It's all sorts of, this shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A, yes, this shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Few times I've been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that, cause I ain't no holla back girl. I ain't no holla back girl. Oh, wait, it does look like there may be some cameras and a boom mic when he's talking to the producers, so it looks like we might actually get that scene. It just looks like the cameraman might be from a distance. So I'm gonna pull those photos up for you guys too. Give me one sec. That way you can see it while we're in the live and make your determination. Sorry for everyone that's watching it on Instagram, but listen, this is why you should go on the YouTube. So we have this one of Tom and Raquel, and they're kind of just chit-chatting, chitty-chitty bang bang. And then we have the one of him actually, like, what people are saying is him yelling at the producers. To me, it just looks like he looks a little agitated, but it does look like we have a producer. She has a boom mic over them. And then way off to the right, you can kind of at some point see like a little bit of what appears to be a camera. So it looks like this moment will likely be aired on the reunion. Rachel with her TMZ interview, I think that was a green screen in the background, #stage. That's hilarious. Should we recap last night's Vanderpump Rules? Since that's all we have about the reunion in this moment. The pics are boring. Yeah, they're not that like, to me, it sounded like people were making it sound a lot bigger than it actually was. The pics just didn't seem that spicy to me. Where's this from? From TMZ. TMZ Back Grid, actually, the one that did her exclusive interview, was the one that got these. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same guy. Now that we know it was going on during the season now, it's so interesting watching it back, right? Thank you, Ansley. Ansley Gasaway. Love you. Where are these pics from? They're from TMZ, from the reunion set. So last night's episode of Vanderpump Rules. It's so interesting going back and watching all of these episodes. Thank you, Linda Watson. Because we're looking at all of this from a different lens now too, right? Because now we're able to like know that the affair was happening. So when you see them at Ariana's pool party and you see, first of all, congrats to Ariana and Katie and moving way with Something About Her. I actually know the spot that they opened up Something About Her at because I used to work in West Hollywood a few years ago. And I know that spot because it was always like a health foods bar, right? Like a smoothie bar, a kombucha bar, a coffee bar. And so they kept trying to like put something in that space and it's never really lasted. I think it may actually do well with Something About Her because in between it is Sir and Pump. And then around the corner is Tom Tom. So that's basically Vanderpump Lane. And I think Lisa Vanderpump also knows that like that's smart business for them and it's smart business for her because, you know, the more properties around the show that are there, the more likely. Because here's the thing, if one person goes down Vanderpump Lane and they get a sandwich from Something About Her, they're likely to go to Sir and maybe get dinner, and to Pump and maybe have a drink, and to Tom Tom and maybe have a drink. So Lisa has 3 options that people can stop at. Well, the girls have 1, and it may be the new one, but if you're there, you're like, why not get a picture at Sir? Why not get a picture at Pump? So Lisa Vanderpump is smart in encouraging them to pick that spot. Traditionally, that hasn't been the best spot, but, you know, what it is. But seeing Raquel in last night's episode was just kind of annoying to me because she was trying to act big and bad. Like you can tell Lala just doesn't care. Like to the people that are like, Team Raquel, she has Lala so rattled. Like Lala is not rattled by Raquel. I don't think anybody is rattled by Raquel. And Raquel really just made her look dumb. And then the fact that she's calling Lala a mistress in these moments in this episode at this point in time, knowing damn well that the affair had already begun, made me so mad because I'm like, really, you're gonna shame Lala? You're gonna throw the scarlet whore letter on Lala when you're literally banging Sandoval? And then even Sandoval jumps in and tries to defend Raquel, and I'm like, oh hell no! Like Kiki in Miami, we are fighting now because it's just like, oh, the two of you think you're so cute, right? You think you're all big and bad trying to defend each other. Like, no. And even Ariana was just like, I am not doing this. Like, I'm not going to do Tom versus the girls. Like, why are you getting involved in the girls' drama? Why are you getting involved with Raquel? Oh, because you like Raquel. Where's Brock? I'm sure Brock's at home with the baby. Brock's not at the reunion. I mean, he's not in the reunion. I don't know if he's there with Scheana, but Yeah. Pot calling the kettle black. Yeah. But at least Lala owns that she's that she has been with a married man. Lala is a mistress. No, she is a she was a clarification, Angel. She was a mistress. But at least she owns it. Like Scheana owns it. Sheena's like, I was the OG home wrecking whore of the group. They own it. Raquel is just like, I'm in love. Loved James on last night's episode. Good for James. This shows a good sign of maturity for James because he's trying to really respect his relationship with Ellie. Will they go the distance? I don't really know. But the fact that he's actually trying to be respectful and he's trying to like also set boundaries with Raquel, I think that that's actually good. I think that that's, a healthy evolution for James and that shows that he is growing. So good for James. I'm here for this evolution. I can't wait for him to pop off on Raquel because it feels like he was uncomfortable with the boundaries that Raquel was not respecting with his new relationship. And now we know Raquel has no respect for anybody's relationships. James is the best. Yes, I like James this season. James is still a little boy, but he's good TV. But he's like a teenage boy now, right? Like he was like a little boy and then he was like preteen. And now I feel like, okay, he's like at least like 17 now. He's little growth. In my opinion, Raquel went after guys to have a storyline to keep her relevant until they were going to break the news at the reunion. Exactly. I completely agree with you. I'm sorry I didn't get to see your handle because the comments moved too fast. But yes, I agree. I think she was going. That's why she started dating Nima from Shaws of Sunset. And then they canceled Shaws of Sunset. And she's like, all right, that's not going to go anywhere. So then she started dating Peter. And then she started dating Schwartz. And then she started making out with Oliver the second she found out it was Garcelle Bouveau's son. Mm-hmm. 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 So very much. Yeah, I don't think James and Raquel are gonna last. My break is over and I have to go back to work. See you soon, Zack Pack. Bye, Lauren. Lala said, say it one more time, Raquel. So she was pissed that she was being called out. I don't think she was pissed that she was being called out. I think she was just annoyed that Raquel was like trying to be like Raquel thought that she was big and bad, but it's laughable now to look at that moment and be like, really, bitch? Really? You're gonna like shame somebody else for being a home-wrecking whore? Now, granted, well, I get why Lala, though, would shame Raquel in this moment because Raquel was trying to play the innocent character. She was trying to play the innocent role. Lala's never tried to be the innocent one. Lala's never tried to be the good girl. Lala's like, I'm Lala and I'm going to give you Lala. I'm going to give you all the Lala. And men like Randall wanted it. If I got Lala in a room, I'd break her. She thinks she's so bad. I'm sure that's true. Logan says it on Lala's podcast. She waited forever to meet James when they first met. She waited forever to meet James when they first met. What does that mean? She told Raquel to leave and shut up. I don't know how many times. Yeah, and Raquel like just kept pushing it because Raquel felt big and bad. James is like, I called it all along, and he did. Yes, he did. James called it. You got to give it to James. James is probably realizing now that Rachel was only interested in him to get on the show. Well, that was obvious. Oh, maybe you're saying now it's the light bulb went off in his head. Yeah, it was obvious she wasn't really in love with James. She was using James. Oh my God, yes. She has Zach. She plays innocent for sure. Yeah, she always plays the innocent card. And now it's like, no, now you've been exposed. Here's the thing. Kristen Doty had to sit in the hot seat and take a beating from the cast when she banged Jax. Jax had to sit in the hot seat repeatedly. Stassi, when she trashed the cast and trashed the show to go move to New York with Patrick and then had to come back with her tail between her legs, had to sit in the hot seat and take the beating, right? She had to sit in the hot seat. Lala Kent, when she first came, had to sit in the hot seat. James Kennedy had to sit in the hot seat. Like they've all had their turn at some point, except for Sandoval and except for Raquel. And now here we are because they always had this moral superiority over everyone. So I get why everybody else is pissed and wants to burn them. I say light them up, homie. Light them up. Because at this point, you can't play nice and secretly be Kenty. She went after James to get on the show for sure. Do we really need to wait until May? How many more episodes are there? I think there are 7 episodes left. And yes, we do really have to wait until May. Look at your messages, Zach. Well, I'm trying, my love. I'm trying. I promise. Logan said that Rachel was always a fan. All she wanted to do was to get on the show, and that he remembers when she first met James, she waited forever to actually go up to him. Interesting. What's disgusting is not the cheating. What I find appalling is that she pretends to be Ariana's. Yeah, see, that's my issue too. Is it's not so much the cheating, right? People cheat. To me, it was the deception and the betrayal. She pretended to be Ariana's good friend. She filmed these scenes with Ariana. She, you know, took selfies with Ariana and stayed in their home. Meanwhile, she was banging Sandoval the entire time and leading everybody to believe that she was really in love with Schwartz. This is why I disagree with her. I think in her head, she believes that Schwartz was not a ruse. But I do believe that Schwartz was a bit of a beard for them because, like, why would you continue to keep this up with Schwartz if you were in love with Sandoval? They continued to keep it up until very, very recently. Tom cheated on Kristen with Ariana. Ariana was with Lala. Lala was with James. James. Okay, well, let's clarify that, Bird. Tom cheated on Kristen multiple times. Yes. With Ariana, not necessarily. If you actually go back, which is why I'm excited that we're doing the Vanderpump Rules rewatch on Sundays. When you go back and look at that season, I did rewatch it, and you actually look at what went down with Tom and Ariana, they were very clear that all they did was kiss. They made out in Vegas, and it was because Tom Sandoval had told Ariana, I am breaking up with Kristen. We're not together. I'm leaving her. Like, this is done. Like, yes, we still technically live together, but, it's okay for us to cross this boundary because I'm technically single now. And apparently there was a girl in Vegas that he also said the exact same thing to. So there's a scene between Stassi and Ariana where Stassi's like, listen, I believe that he told you that. I believe that he led you to believe that he and Kristen were really over because that's what this other girl in Vegas is also claiming that he said to her as well. The second Ariana found out that Tom wasn't officially broken up from Kristen, she immediately did not cross that boundary again. And they still maintained that they never actually had sex with each other. It was just the makeout until she realized that he was still with Kristen. Okay, so they didn't have a full-on affair. Number one, it wasn't a 7-month affair. Number two, Ariana was not best friends with Kristen. She was not posting selfies with Kristen. That was not the situation. Not only that, but when people try to bring up old Kristen and Jax, why are they talking about it? They hooked up together. And it's like, yes, they did, but they also were very clear, like, this was just sex. We hooked up 2 times and we didn't even, when you watch the reunion, they're like, we never kissed because kissing was too intimate, and to us, it was just sex. And Stassi was even like, well, yeah, that makes it worse though, because I wish you guys were in an affair versus it just being sex, because just being sex makes it gross. Tom and Ariana are not married. No, they're not, but they dedicated 10 years of their life together. That's a decade. They bought a house together. They got pets together. That was a commitment. It was a partnership. They were in it for the long haul. They may have not have had a piece of paper, but there was a commitment that they both made to each other. And when you buy a house together, one night stand is cheating, but it's not an affair. Exactly, Miriam. Exactly. I hate myself a bit because I totally bang Sandoval. Listen, I will say this, knowing Sandoval and like having him in my show and interviewing him on the podcast, I will say he has really great sexual energy. Like, I was not attracted to him prior to like actually meeting him, but being in his physical presence, you're kind of like, oh, he has just like this energy that makes me want to take my clothes off, whether I'm really into him or not. So I get Raquel's appeal, but I would definitely prefer Schwartzy over Sandoval any day. I think Schwartzy's the hotter Tom. Loving the Savage on Rachel. Oh shit. Loving the Savage on Rachel, but let's drag Tom through the shit too. He's an absolute knobsack. Yeah, I agree. Listen, I have nothing nice to say about Tom. Again, my criticism of Rachel is that she keeps putting herself in the line of fire. Sandoval has Moon in Gemini, very sexual energy. Oh, well, good for him. I would much rather bang Ariana any day. I agree. Ariana would be way better than Raquel. I think Raquel's just like a starfish. That's like, oh my God, I'm losing my virginity for the 58th time. Scumdeval has the sexual energy of a 1970s coked out San Fernando porn star director. I mean, some people are into that. I don't get why Ariana was okay with staying when they clearly never had sex. And in the trailer, Ariana says that she can't have sex with a stranger. Yes, first of all, we don't know the context of those comments. We have to wait until that full conversation plays out, number one. And number two, why would she stay with him? Because a relationship isn't just sex. Like, intimacy is a big part of a relationship for sure, but sex isn't a relationship. I mean, and even if they're having sex only 4 times a year, it does show that there's at least some affection, there's some intimacy. So to me, in my head, that means that there's some salvaging of the relationship. And if you don't want to, then you know what? Did you see what Spencer said about Raquel pissing off Bravo with that interview? Yeah, he said the same thing. Spencer Pratt, come on the podcast so we can discuss. We need Brett on here. Brett was already on the podcast. Oh, yes. This week's episode, Wednesday's episode of the podcast, I had Brett Kenyon on. He was the guy in the pool in the one scene skinny dipping in the trailer, the midseason trailer with Ariana. I've known Brett for years. He's been on the podcast many times before. So he was on the podcast this week. So if you haven't said it, go for it. Zach, I totally get you. I'm not judging, just more wondering if she thought things were actually fine. I think she did. I think she really did believe that things were actually fine. Because if things weren't fine, he would have left. If things weren't fine, he would have said things are not fine. And he would have left. Loved Brett. He's sweet. So many people loved Brett. People found him like so hot and people found him good. I wish he spilled more tea. I know he was a little nervous, but I think he'll be on again and he'll spill more tea. Trust me. After it actually airs and he can talk more about certain things. Okay. Shall we wrap for the night? This is fun. Do you think Ariana was happy or just complacent with him? I think complacent, but like, listen, long-term relationships have lulls. They have the 7-year itch. It kind of goes and then it kind of comes back around. Do you hear that no one wanted to film with Brock? I heard that Brock didn't want to film because they didn't want to pay him. I don't think it was that nobody wanted to film with him. I heard that he was like, because last season he didn't get paid, or he got paid like barely anything. I think he got like a few grand, if that. And so he's like, yeah, either pay me or I'm not doing the show. I met Tom Sandoval at BravoCon and immediately told my friends I thought he was an ass. Oh, really? I've never met him and thought he was an ass. At your LA show, I had the opposite opinion. I thought Sandy would be hotter in person and Schwartz would be a dopey, but Schwartz was much hotter in person to me. Ariana was amazing. Schwartzy's a cutie. Schwartzy's tall. So that, I like that. I would still go for Schwartzy over Sandy. Were Tom and Raquel actually dressed in black at the reunion? Tom Sandoval was. Raquel, I don't think that was her reunion look. I think that was her pre-reunion look, and she was probably about to get ready. That was probably when she had just gotten on set. Something about Zach's live. What about Zach's live? Can I just say you're the best? Aw, Sav Boss. That's so sweet of you. I appreciate that. Hi from St. Lucia, Caribbean. Oh, hello, Charlotte from the Caribbean. I think watching this season, she was 100% in Tom's corner, the way she stands beside him and bragged on Tom. Yeah, for sure. Relationships transition. Yes, they do. All right, guys. I think that's all I have for you for tonight. What kind of wine are you drinking? I'm drinking Sauv Blanc, a white Sauv Blanc. No sugar, no carbs. Sorry, no sugar, low carbs. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will continue to keep you updated on the Scandival drama as it continues to break. So be sure to follow at No Filter with Zach on the Instagram to stay up to date with all the latest Scandival tea. Hit the like button on your way out. Thank you, Aaron D, for the reminder, guys. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you want to subscribe and keep up with all the latest tea. Where's the reunion watch party? When the reunion airs, we'll have a watch party. I am doing a Vanderpump Rules rewatch of some of the key episodes in Vanderpump history as they relate to Scandival for members only on our YouTube channel. So if you're a member of the Zack Pack on YouTube, stay tuned for that every Sunday in April. That will be coming. So get ready. We will be counting down to the actual reunion and the finale, and we'll catch up on all the Vanderpump drama. So you can become a member. The link is in the description below. Get your merch, Team Ariana merch, biggest bully in Hollywood merch. All the merch is available in the merch shop. And get your tickets to the Philly show live April 27th, City Winery in Philly. Me and the Brav Bros selling out fast. So get your tickets at nofilterlive.com. All right. I love you. I appreciate you. I will talk to you on Monday. New episode. Well, I'll talk to you throughout the weekend, but new episode will drop on the podcast on Monday. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye bye. You can always keep up with me at Just Plain Zach if you want to follow me. All right. I think that's all I got. Bye. Bye 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 bye.